What's good with y'all boys, man? Real game official, man. And we back with another lit video, man. We got Muggsy Bogues and his take on the GOAT debate, man. Shout out Come and Talk to Me podcast. Yet again, man. They always got the bangers. You see what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to them. Y'all go check their channel out if y'all want to go watch their videos and their podcast. But without further ado, let's get into this video, man. Muggsy Bogues was like that back then.
But you are 101. You've impacted on the defensive end, leading a break and making plays like no other small guy in the history of the game, in my opinion. So shout out to that. Question about today's game. The great Anthony Edwards, and I said this respectfully, but recently made comments referring to the players of the 90s, where Michael Jordan was basically, I'm paraphrasing, was basically the only high-skilled player. Talk about players that we played against and played with that would still be great players today.
Man, how you gonna say MJ was the only skilled person? It's so many players, bro. That, like, just for me, just learning it from the past like 3 weeks. What? Come on, bro. Drexler, Ewing, Elijah Wan, Scotty. Scotty was skilled. I don't care what y'all say. Charles Barkley. You want me to? We could keep going. Abdullah. Crazy, bro.
And listen, I believe every NBA player who played on the NBA level believe they can play in any era. If they didn't think that way, they wouldn't even got to the era, to that level at the beginning. As I said earlier,
I'm 50-50 on it because a lot of players, I'm telling y'all, a lot of players in this league, I don't know if they would have been able to deal with the punishment in the 90s and especially in the 80s. Hell no. I don't know about the 80s.
Process changed. The era changed. You think about the era when Bob Cousy was playing, how the game was played back then, and then all of a sudden Magic and them come along, how the game was played in the early 80s. And then we in the late 80s and we in the early 90s, how the game was played then. And then even when the 2000 came in, the game was played a little different because of the rules. They had to change the rules because of the skill set of certain individuals. So that's always going to be the case. And for Anthony Edwards, which I love, for him to say that Michael was the only skilled player back in the 90s, that is ridiculous. That's not being a student of the game.
At all.
Because
bro, that's why I like these OGs, man. They ain't got no filter, man. OGs gonna tell you where. They gonna tell you all. No, that's facts though, bro, because that's diabolical. You can't sit here and say the 90s, they only had one skilled player, which was Jordan, bro. That is crazy. They got so many players, bro. Let's get back to the video. Even Reggie Miller had a low bag.
If you call yourself a student of the game, then you look at all the eras, and just like now that they talk about who's this GOAT, that GOAT. That's so disrespectful for so many guys that play this game. It's so disrespectful, but we can all see that when we look at a player, what type of skill set he possessed, and if he had any type of deficiencies amongst his game. We only seen a guy that didn't have any deficiency and had the fundamentals as well as the athletic ability to play it at the highest level as no one played. And so, I mean, I would never say who is the GOAT of the game, but I would say that, MJ was a different player than any other player that I have ever witnessed.
Definitely.
And he became that guy that feared a lot of opponents. Kareem numbers, LeBron numbers, you got numbers, and people would forget about Kobe. I mean, how are you going to forget about Kobe? What he's accomplished and the way he was able to play the game.
Thank you. Thank everybody. Kyrie, shout out to you. Muggsy, shout out to you, bro, because nobody want to talk about Kobe, bro. It's like, He done died, and folks think they can just disrespect his legacy and play with him like he not in that GOAT conversation. Like he's just not better than Bron. Like, come on now.
You know, the second coming of MJ. So it's really, you know, it's sad that, you know, folks think if they call themselves a student of the game, if they can't see that full vision of all the players that came through the league and how they was able to impact the league, the Jerry West. I mean, you just keep going on about the Oscar Robertson, these guys that played the game, you know, how they impact the game in terms of who is the best player that ever played this game. I mean, that's ridiculous.
You don't got nothing to say, Pops? You gonna make me respond to that? What's up?
No,
You know how I feel. I'll respond. Look, I agree with everything that you said. I feel like if you took somebody like Bob Cousy or some of the players that you named and you put them in today's game and taught them and told them, hey, this is the way that the game is played, they would still be at the level that they were all-time level. So I think it's just timing and what you learn at that time or the way the game is played. So I agree with you. But I do think that the GOAT conversation, as much as I hear you saying is disrespectful, I think it's a necessary conversation because when you do separate guys like Michael Jordan, Kareem, LeBron, Kobe from the pack, it ultimately is a sign of respect.
Okay, what you consider the GOAT?
Who?
I said, what do you consider as the GOAT?
Oh, to me, I'm very straightforward with my guidelines. So to me, LeBron hits all of the stats. If you are statistically doing it for this long of a
Ether
time,
him, please. Ether him, please.
I think that it's unfair to be like a dude that did it for a shorter amount of time just because he didn't lose in the finals is better. I can't agree with that.
Well, I just think, you know, he stayed healthier than everybody, like played longer than everybody. So he was able to accumulate those numbers. If guys would have stayed longer, they might have accumulated those numbers as well. Some guys
right, exactly. Speak that shit.
took a little time off and then came back and played. But my thing is, do LeBron have a deficiency?
Yes. Yeah.
And what is that?
I would say it's more than one thing. I would say
that's more than okay. I'm
You either. Jordan ain't had no deficiencies. End of the debate, man.
The one thing.
End of the debate, man.
What is MJ's deficiency?
I would say that MJ's deficiency, and nobody ever wants to talk about it. We torched Kobe for his selfish plays because we watched it firsthand all at the same time, and there was social media. So we could say, yo, he shot over 5 people and there's a dude in the corner. We don't say that for Michael Jordan because we don't see all of the game footage right away. But that's a deficiency to me that he won't make the right
That's
plays.
not a deficiency if Jordan field goal percentage was good, which is we was looking at it. It was in the high 40s and in the high 50s sometimes. If you're scoring so much and nobody can stop you, why do you need to pass the ball? That makes no sense. Kobe and Jordan didn't really have to pass it because they was so much of a hell of a scorer. It's not a deficiency. If they can shoot the ball well, above average, way above average.
Certain time.
But that's not a deficiency. That's not a skill set. That's not a skill set. That's just a decision, a choice that he made because he feel like he can accomplish on 5 or 3 guys that's playing if he can still be successful. What I'm saying is that
that's a fair point.
LeBron can't shoot free throws. I don't say. Let me take it. I'm not saying that he can't shoot free throws. He's not a great free throw shooter. I love LeBron. I mean, I really love LeBron James. I love what LeBron stands for. I love what LeBron has done with his basketball career, how he's able to came in as day one and still has kept that status all the way through to his 21 years or how many years he's played without any blemish on his record. I love it. And what he has done in the community and uplift It's people that
I'm
around
sick
him.
of this. Everybody in the world got the same thing to say off the court, bro. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this shit. That's like every time it's a moment to bring up something bad about Bron, they want to bring up the good stuff about his off court, like his off court, like he don't have no issues off court, and they respect that. Everybody, y'all, everybody, AI, Barkley, now Mugsy, bruh. It's like, is y'all, when y'all start bringing that up, is y'all reading off a script, or y'all just trying to evade just putting the negative on Bron so y'all could still be in a good light with him? I don't get it, bro.
That is beyond mark. But when it comes to the game of basketball and the skill set of the game of basketball, that's where it separates from a guy like LJ and a guy like LeBron in terms of the skill set. Michael had no deficiency fundamentally. He was one of the most fundamentally sound guys that ever played the game. And athletic wise, I mean, hey, that's that's in the class of his own. So that's why when I say about guys, and MJ always hasn't been that way. When he was in college, he couldn't even go left. It was hard for him to go left, but he worked on that aspect of his game to the point to where that has not become a deficiency anymore. So that's what I talk about when I say skill set, when I talk about the game and, how one consider himself as the top of it. I look at the skill set and what they can do overall. That's where I come in.
You heard it
You
from the
broke it
Muggsy
down
Bogues
good.
show. You heard it from the Muggsy
He broke
Bogues
it down
show.
good. Nah, dog, he broke it down. He broke it down.
Muggs, two more things from me. Blocking the shot of the great Patrick Ewing. Talk about that.
I told Big Pat, as soon as I did it, and as I came back, I told him he was going to be part of my highlight film because he can't stand all.
All right, y'all. Well, that's the end of the video. And him talking about Ant and the '90s and Jordan and Kobe and them. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe if y'all new, man. Until the next video, I'm out.